Wealthy and conspiracy go hand in hand. One of the current famous conspiracy theories goes about wealthy people buying US farmlands, where wealthy people like Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, John C Malone, and Ted Turner's strange interest in US agriculture created rumors. We wonder why these wealthy individuals started exploring the farmland at the same time. In 2020, Bill Gates made headlines for becoming the largest private farmland owner in US, with over 270k acres across multiple states in US. Jeff Bezos owns around 420k acres of land. Along with these tech moguls, the former telecommunications and media giant John C Malone owns 2.2 million acres of land, a landmass slightly smaller than the island of Puerto Rico. Another media person, Ted Turner, owns almost 2 million acres, and the list goes on. With so much going on in the world, we just survived through a pandemic, Russia-Ukraine war, and many other geopolitical tensions. The wealthy buying the farmlands at such a great speed is definitely something to look up to. Although many of these people, along with Bill Gates, claim that it's an investment as a part of their mega portfolio, still, all of a sudden, all these wealthy people investing in farmlands to diversify their portfolio is not as simple as it looks. In this story today, we will see why these wealthy people are investing in farmland. Is this investing only to diversify their portfolio, or is there something else that these wealthy people are doing? What impact will it have on the agricultural industry? And finally, how it can impact us. So if you are interested in this new investing phenomena of the wealthy people, then stick around. Farmland has always been an essential part of our economy and culture. Ownership of land has always been equal to power. And it's obvious, an asset that cannot be reproduced, such as gold, then that asset becomes extremely valuable. In fact, we are losing the farmland. The US only has been losing 2,000 acres of farmland every day. So it is becoming more and more important. Also, farmland provides a vital ingredient, food, a basic necessity of humans. With the growing population of the world, there is a need for more and more of it. According to United Nations, the world's population is expected to increase by nearly 2 billion persons in the next 30 years, from the current 8 billion to 9.7 billion in 2050. So on one side, the world needs more and more food, and on the other side, the farmland will continue to decrease. While agriculture is the backbone of our economy, generating billions and billions in revenue every year, but until recently, this land has been purchased or inherited by people who were engaged in farming, ranching, or cattling. We never heard big names from tech or media getting interested in farmlands. In the last 3 decades, farmland became the third most popular investment for billionaires, after art and real estate. In the year 2000, an acre of farmland was $1,500, which has grown to $3,160 an acre by 2020. And in the last 2 years only, it has grown to $3,800 per acre. This rate of return on just holding the land is higher than the S&P 500 real estate and gold. So it is definitely a guaranteed return. So now we quite get it that land is an appreciating asset, and that's why billionaires are parking a part of their money in farmland. But if this math is so simple, then why do people like you and me don't know much about it? In fact, another important question is, why these wealthy people are hiding these purchases? Do you know how Bill Gates has been purchasing the farmlands for millions of dollars through shady companies? No? I'll explain that. But before that, if you have enjoyed the video so far, please smash on the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you are interested to know more about these kind of topics, then please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell notification so that you never miss a new video from us. Thank you. While John C Malone is the largest private landowner in the United States, Bill Gates is the largest private farmland owner. Bill Gates, who has built his tech empire Microsoft, is wealthy not because he built an operating system. It is because he built it way before than many others and then scaled it. So if a person like him enters into the farmland market and soon becomes the largest private farmland owner, it is definitely something fishy. But do you know what makes it more suspicious? Is the way he has been buying these farmlands. In September 2018, one of the biggest land purchases happened in Louisiana through a mysterious investor. Farmland purchase of 14,500 acres for almost $171 million. Eric O'Keefe, an American author and editor-in-chief of The Land Report, a magazine focusing on private land ownerships in the United States. He found out about this purchase and its mysterious Louisiana investor that was a limited liability company associated with the Angelina Agriculture Company, When Eric dug more, he found that the company is incorporated in the city of 462 people and has 2 employees. What was more shocking was that the company was making only $300,000 a year. So how come a company of 2 employees and making $300,000 a year can afford $171 million of purchase? When he checked the location of the company, 8318 Highway 565 Montreal, Louisiana, this is what he saw in the Google Maps. Finally, after doing a lot of research, he found that the company falls under the umbrella of a group called Cascade Investment, a private investment firm controlled by Bill Gates. And this is not the only investment. For years, Gates and his wife Melinda used a series of shell companies to hide their land purchases. His farmland grows onions, carrots, and potatoes. One of his potato farm is so big that you can literally see it from space, and it sells potatoes to McDonald's. Gates' farmland stretches across 19 states in US, from North Carolina to Michigan to California. While Bill Gates addressed some of the concerns from his farmland purchases and said it's a small part of his investment to diversify his portfolio, he also mentioned that he owns less than 1% of the farmland in US, and his motive is only to make farms more productive and create more jobs in this sector. While we don't know what's cooking behind the scenes, but today the US has more billionaires than ever in history, and if all of them will start owning less than 1% of farmland, then this ownership will be substantial. According to the US Department of Agriculture, today around 30% of all farmland is owned by landlords who don't farm on their own. The wealthy buy these farmlands from the people who are sitting on these assets but do not have much cash. In the last few years, most hedge funds and wealthy people have started institutionalizing the farmlands and leasing it out to the farmers. In the short term, this does not look like a big concern, as the farmlands are leased out and still farmers are working there. But in the long run, it's a transfer of wealth and power in the hands of just a few wealthy individuals. These people will be the decision makers of what to grow in their farms, lentils or corns, cotton or soybean. Today, local farms produce what consumers and communities want. If only a handful of investors will own the food supply, everyone will go and fight for profits. They will grow what's more profitable, not what you and I want. These decisions can impact the whole food supply chain. This private land ownership will also inflate housing prices and cost of living, particularly in the agricultural areas. Also, the ownership in the hands of few people only can impact the farmers. They won't be able to work on their terms. Also, the land that is the whole savings for a farmer, which they are selling now for some money, can make them serve these landlords for generations. They will never be able to get back their lands, as now they won't be purchasing it back from another farmer. They have to compete with these billionaires. And this is just a glimpse of what can happen. No one knows what more problems it can cause. Whenever a race starts without any control, it definitely causes harm. We are already watching the race of AI between the tech giants. While I'm not an expert to guide on controls on farmland, maintaining transparency on land ownership is definitely required. Also, we don't want the farmlands to become too expensive for our farmers to do what they do best, and that is farming. So, that's about the farmland ownership in the US today. Let us know what you think, if this private ownership of farmlands is good or bad for agriculture. Also, is it just an investment opportunity for wealthy people, or do you see some red flags? Let us know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel and help us grow. We are trying to bring more amazing business stories to you. Also, let us know what other business stories you would like to see. With that said, I shall catch you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.